Welcome to Jedi Alliance 120. Tonight we're going to be talking about some behind-the-scenes stuff from Rogue One, including when the Blu-ray release is going to happen, a new novel that's in the works and going to be coming out soon, as well as something that's sort of been sticking in co-host Michael's craw about the Jedi and the fine folks at Kamino. We're going to talk about all of that right now, so stay with us.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Jedi Alliance.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Jedi Alliance right here on the Popcorn Talk Network. We've got the entire crew in here aboard the, I was going to say the USS Jedi Alliance, but that's a Star Trek thing. Welcome. I'm one of your hosts, the Internet's Mark B. Donica, Jedi Alliance. I forgot to say the tagline, where we celebrate the greatest saga in film and beyond. Gotta let that stick, because that's our catchphrase. You can find me on Twitter at Mark B. Donica, joined as always by the one and only Mr. Michael Young.
What's up, guys? It is so wonderful to see your sunshiny faces. And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and all that at OneYoungster, which is ONEYOUNGSTA.
And the comfiest of the three of us is the one and only Alexis Torres, Chat Master. How you doing, Alex?
I'm good. I'm actually the most comfortable right now.
I don't blame you.
This
we got this glass tabletop.
Yeah, I got a
like,
chair in front of me.
couch.
I got my feet up. But hello, you can find me where all shenanigans will ensue at atorres890. That's ATORRES890.
So yes, thank you for joining us today on this wonderful episode of Jedi Alliance. We've got several things to talk about, both fun, both news, some stuff that you can get into as fans. But why don't we start off, Alexis, with a little bit of Rogue One.
Guys, we're getting Rogue One in our houses soon.
Hey, yo. Right.
Hey, yo,
Oh.
we are getting that Blu-ray
That's
very,
right.
very soon. Going to Walmart, Target, all that kind of stuff. If my computer would let me load so I can see what day it's on. It's on April 4th. So 2 months from now, month and some change over. But like they have a lot of stuff that's going to be on there because all the bonus features that are going to be available is insane. We have it on 2 discs, which is pretty normal for most Star Wars movies.
Mm-hmm.
But we have like... let's see, we talk about most of the droids, we talk about the Empire, the epilogue, like there's a whole bunch of stuff. Like I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think there's 12 different types of like bonus feature like featurettes that you can read into, or like they'll show you by video. Like that's gonna be really awesome. Also, the covers are all gonna be different and it's super cool. So we have the one with oh my gosh, I'm losing my voice here. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the droid's name.
K2SO.
Thank you. Where he's on the front, but when you open it, you get to see that beachfront picture. So it has the entire cast on there.
Scared.
Yeah, and then we have one that does have...
Forgot about that bit.
the Empire on it, where it's the different types of stormtroopers on there, and then you open it and it has the cast again on the inside. That one comes with 4 discs, so that's like more of an exclusive one because it's a 4-disc set with the Blu-ray, 3D disc, and a regular DVD and the Bluray. So like, and you get a digital HD code as well. So it's like,
and it's
you
gonna
get
be $40, $50.
yeah, it does. Obviously,
Yes.
it does not say
It will
how
be
much the prices
pricey.
are, but it's. But there's also going to be. Hold up, there's more. Another DVD set that comes with 5 discs: 1 Blu-ray, 1 3D, 2 Blu-ray. Regular discs, which is weird.
Well, one's the feature, and then one is the special features.
Yes, and then 2 actual regular DVD discs, which is just a regular and special
And the
features on
special.
that too.
See, like, all right. So, yo, Disney.
Too much.
I know you're all about that.
You know I want to sing it. You know,
Sorry,
you know I want to sing it.
so 1 Blu-ray 3D disc, 2 Blu-ray discs, 2 DVD discs, and the digital HD code.
Okay.
That's a lot.
That is a lot, but for goodness sakes, the one thing that gets me is it makes me feel like this will be the only release that they're going to do.
Right.
Because with Force Awakens, we had 2 releases. We had one that we had one release, and different stores had different special features. So you would
Yes.
either have to collect them all,
Yeah.
or if y'all had told us to wait a year to where we can get the super special edition that has all of the special features on it, then maybe everybody would have waited, but then nobody would have bought it. So the fact
true.
that Disney usually does go all out with big collections like this, if that's it. Because like
Yeah.
I have a Tron collection that's a 3D, Blu-ray, special features, DVD, digital copies of both,
Correct.
which was a pretty penny, but it's got everything, and they haven't released,
So
anything since.
At least for as of right now, this is just Target exclusives. I don't know if any of the other stores are going to be doing something different.
They
or
wouldn't do
anything like
those 5 discs and 4 discs
Yeah.
without
Yeah, I
unless it
figured.
was.
I just know that as of right now, if you want to buy them Target is the one that's usually is advertising for these right now. But the cool thing is if you do get the 5-disc one, you get 5 interchangeable covers. Of the 5 different ones. So so it literally says it comes with the 5 discs and then 5 interchangeable covers, each featuring a different Rogue One character. The best part about Target's Blu-ray offering, however, is the promise of an exclusive bonus content because it's a different set of discs, so you get like different types of content apparently. So we'll see. But again, that comes out on April 4th, and you'll get to see all of them. So check out Target.com, and you can check it out there. But I'm assuming Amazon and all that other stuff will have things out.
Like with Force Awakens, Best Buy had its own bit. iTunes had its own bit. But if you get a digital copy, it's usually through iTunes, and you get that exclusive bit.
Correct.
Go back and check out our Force Awakens DVD review back for the initial release, because that was a lot of fun. But one of my favorite things... go ahead.
All it said was at the very end of the article, I don't know if this is like super huge, but it said StarWars.com warns that digital bonus offers may vary by the retailer. So just to let you know about that as well. I don't know what that means,
some might do Voodoo, some might do Ultraviolet, some might do iTunes. Okay.
Yeah, so just to keep aware of that so that you're not like, I'm going to buy this, and then you actually have to download like a whole different viewer than the one that they...
A whole new... Anyway, my favorite... and stuck in your head. My favorite of these bonus features that I saw was all of the different character featurettes. Yep. Oh, that's my phone. I'm unprofessional. But like we're gonna get a little bit more into Jin, a little bit more into Cassian, a little bit more into K2, and then we have the Guardians of the Wills are gonna have their own too. But yeah, I'm super excited for this release. Hopefully there'll be a little bit extra to make me enjoy the film a little bit more. But April 4th.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm hoping that the extras are extra. When Force
you don't say.
It's like really
because when the Force Awakens dropped, the extra featurettes and stuff that they had were shorter than I would have liked.
True.
And I felt like I should have just gotten the movie, like just because it was like, here's 5 minutes, here's like a 4-minute such and such, and that's the special feature. I'm like, that's like a extended, like, I don't know, teaser or something. That's not. I need something meaty.
They've got. It's essentially a extended montage with a little bit of input at the top and the bottom. So that is a little bit unfortunate when it came to those. But the documentary that came with The Force Awakens, second to none. Absolutely loved it. Yeah. Sticking on the Rogue One front, BBC put out this wonderful behind-the-scene video of how some of the tracking shots in Rogue One that were entirely digital, how they used VR to steer the camera through the scene. Because with these shots, it's not a flat image, it's a 3D image. So you have these images that exist in 3D space. It seems natural that you should be able to move the camera throughout it. We have a little bit of a video. If you're listening to us on iTunes, this would be a great time to check us out on YouTube. Let's take a quick look and see how Gareth Edwards accomplished some of this stuff.
We had this scene running, and he would just walk around and decide on his best angles, and then after that you would tidy up the take that he wanted.
The idea wasn't that he would be getting perfectly smooth, composed, like final camera moves, but he was able to sort of show to us that beginning of the shot I want it here, end of the shot I want it here. We could then just publish this through our pipeline software, and then it could be immediately picked up by animators and lighting TDs. We shot this with Gareth in London. We then pushed it into our pipeline. It was then picked up by people in San Francisco, and a take was ready for him to review the next morning.
So that's just a look at it. They also show you when the X-wings are trying to get into the shield through the shield generator in Scarif, and it just follows this one particular X-wing. And the technology that exists today is so phenomenal. If this existed for Episode 3 with that huge digital tracking shot at the beginning, it wouldn't have seemed as robotic to me.
True. Even though it's still a dope shot, but it's cool,
but it's
Yeah, it is
render.
very. Yeah, it is very.
No, and that's not to discredit any of the 3D artists, because that it's way beyond me. But there's
Yeah.
something different about having something
to kind of give you a dry run of how this could look.
Yeah.
And then they can like kind of follow through with it. I think it's just we're proving that we're getting closer and closer to just providing like incredible like sequences faster.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully post-production and stuff like that won't be as long as of a chore for our VFX people out there, because when you look at something like that and it was incorporated in shots here and there, and then you see the payoff with that third act, man. Like that third act alone is worth. I mean, get Rogue One. Like I would be like, oh, you can hold off, man. Just the third act, like just pop it in and be like, okay, let's start from here, and then like just watch the chaos ensue once they, I guess, first land on Scarif.
Scarif.
A wonderful place for Imperials alike.
Ding 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 ding. Excuse me. So yeah, make sure to pick up your Rogue One. I don't know if that is going to be. I'm pretty sure it's not. That seemed like a BBC exclusive sort of a thing. But check out the whole video. They talk about how they had an opportunity to scan the models, the original models from Episode 4, so that all of the digital assets looked the same, and it didn't make your eye go, "Oh, that's some weird Uncanny Valley stuff." But yeah. Speaking of a long lost era of the Star Wars universe, Michael, we got a hot tip this past weekend.
Yes. Someone hollered at us on, is it Twitter?
Facebook. It's Facebook.
Yeah. Sorry. Facebook. And told us about a petition that is is trying to get Knights of the Old Republic onto a TV series for Netflix. And it's really pushing hard. It's getting some traction. As of right now, it's got like, I can't remember
Last
the
time
exact
I-
number.
I have it up
They're
in
like
front of me.
20 grand away from like 200,000 or
So
something like that.
right now, yes, they are 22,752 needed to reach the 200,000 goal.
Whew. So it's showing that there's a lot of people that are interested. Me, myself, I don't know, because I never played the games.
Well, I think it's just the Old Republic era.
Yes.
Just the
Yeah.
era.
Yes.
But since I never played the games, I'm highly interested. I'm highly interested in this era because for me, someone who's never played the games at all and just heard like kind of like stories from people that played the game or read a couple of books or whatever, for me, it's filled with mystery. And in this case, I would almost be like a new fan to this era. Like I know Star Wars, but I don't really know anything about this. And I think that not only is it a cool idea, and not only do tons of people love the era, but it is kind of like it's a golden ticket for Lucasfilm because they can kind of do whatever they want. Take it away.
Sorry.
Take it away, Grandpa Joe. Thank you.
So it's like it's so far before anything that we know. They don't have to worry about, oh, well, this will mess up Luke's story, or oh, this will mess up Yoda. Or, oh, this
That's
will
one of
mess
my
up,
favorite things. Is it's unattached.
Yeah, you can kind of do it and still keep the themes, but you don't have to worry about really canon at all because it's the 3,000 or 1,000 generations.
It's either
or whatever
1,000
it is.
years or 1,000 generations.
Yeah.
Take your pick.
Yeah, and it's a long time.
And here's the thing, like fan petitions were all about it. There was that petition that made it all the way to Obama about building a Death Star. Not going to talk about that.
The sad thing is, like,
we see you. We see you. But the thing about this is, even if they do get these 200,000 signatures, and they all have Netflix accounts. That's $2 million of subscriptions that could be going to Netflix, assuming that not everybody has a Netflix account, which is pretty hard
rare.
to assume these days.
Yeah.
But that's a big budget. Disney, Marvel already have good deals with Netflix.
Yeah.
Star Wars is the next
So
big
it
step.
seems kind of like an easy thing to do.
It makes sense. Who knows what's going on behind closed doors? Take a look at the petition, give it a signature, and we'll keep you updated. See if anything
We'll see
happens
where it
from it.
goes. And Pablo, we know you watch this show every week.
Every week.
Mr. Hidalgo, if you could just green light it and let's get it going.
Yes, please.
Law master.
41 in the chat says, I just want a Star Wars live action series on Netflix or a Star Wars network. Cue John Rocha.
Oh, Rocha. Mr. Rocha. The
Good
champ.
old Rocha.
He's
He's the champ.
He's
I
the champ.
forgot.
Yeah.
See, last time I saw
Yeah.
him, he was only a contender.
Oh, no.
But now,
Yeah, Outlaw has won.
Outlaw, you're champ. You are the man.
Shout out to Mr. Rocha. Miss him dearly. Luckily got to see him when he did Action Movie Anatomy
He
a
needs
couple
to
weeks
bring
ago.
the belt by here, man. He needs to bring the belt by. And
Man's busy. Dude,
Yeah,
once you become
when you're a
champ.
champ, you gotta kiss babies,
The champ
and shake hands,
is
and
there.
stuff. It's
Speaking of kissing babies, shaking babies and kissing hands.
Wait, what?
Sorry, I said that wrong. But family show. Moving on to our next story, just because I really want to get to your second one.
Jeez.
So this came out last week. StarWars.com reported that we're going to be getting a new novel from Christy Golden. Does that name sound familiar to you?
It
yes.
does?
That's because she is the writer of Dark Disciple. She is going to be coming out with a new book on July 25th called Inferno Squad.
it just sounds cool. Period.
Let's read this sizzle a little bit. The rebellion may have heroes like Jyn Erso and Luke Skywalker, but the Empire has the Inferno Squad. After the humiliating theft of the Death Star plans and the resulting destruction of the battle station, the Empire is on the defensive. In response to the stunning defeat, the Imperial Navy has authorized the formation of an elite team of soldiers known as the Inferno Squad. Their mission: infiltrate and eliminate the remnants of Saw Gerrera's partisans. Following the death of their leader, the partisans have carried on his extremist legacy, determined to thwart the Empire no matter what the cost. Now, the Inferno Squadron must prove their status as the best of the best and take down the partisans from within. But as the danger intensifies and the threat of discovery grows, how far will Inferno Squad go to ensure the safety of the Empire? I guess we'll find out on July 25th.
Who knows?
Dude,
But
sounds
the
awesome.
book cover alone and the name alone is like, this is gonna be cool. And this is gonna be real cool.
But it'll also be interesting to see quote-unquote protagonists on the Empire side.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
This will
yep.
be the first book in a little while where we get to see that side
So excited.
exclusively, it seems.
Yeah, because it looks like they'll be, from their perspective, these, for in our world, these terrorists came in here and gave us a black eye. We have to respond. Mm-hmm. All these guys on this little moon or this little, this little planet, they got their little, couple ships, they think they can do this to the Empire. Let's show them the power we have.
This seems like the Empire's SEAL Team 6.
Ooh.
So this is like Zero Dark 30.
I'm okay with this.
Nice keep.
This is like Zero
Thank you
Dark
very
30 in the Star Wars universe.
I can see that.
And
That
this
sounds amazing.
I would see a movie on this.
Yeah.
I
think it could
That'd
be
be
real
nice.
cool.
Because, especially after seeing what Saw resorted to in the movie, as well as what he's resorted to, the little bit that we've seen him in Rebels, he may or may not be all there when it comes to finding the Empire. He's willing to do whatever to whomever, and just accuse them of being a part of the Empire or not. So it'll be like it's riding that gray line. It's riding that gray line.
And it kind of, hearing that and seeing the book cover and everything kind of reminds me of, and I'm sure you guys in the chat or whoever's watching has seen this. It's like a short 4 or 5 minutes. Someone did an animated version as if it was like kind of like an 80s anime of the Imperial ships kind of fighting against some rebels, and the Imperials were kind of like the good guys in this clip. And it's set to like rock music. It's really cool. But I think it's right up my alley. I think this might be a good one.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah,
It's
this
gonna be very
could be
interesting to
real
see
dope.
what happens with it.
That Inferno Squad.
No, and I know
Inferno Squad.
Inferno Squad, not Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Who I heard just won an Oscar. So
Really?
yeah, they won one of their Oscars. Yeah, we're taping this during the Oscars right now. Unfortunately, Rogue One did not win sound mixing, but we got a couple more opportunities for Star Wars to win some more Oscars.
Yes.
But yeah, I know Empire's End just came out. A little bit behind on the Aftermath series. I still have
I'll be honest,
Life Debt to get through.
The first book kind of turned me off to Aftermath
Read
series.
two, man. Read two. I forgot Lost Stars for you. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Damn it.
It's okay.
Curse.
Darn it.
There's a lot going on.
No. Too bad you have to read this anyway.
No.
But yeah, well, I really want to talk about Empire's End, especially we heard that there's some stuff with Snoke in it.
Snokey Snoke.
And so that seems relatively important to our interests. We're going to figure it out, and we'll let you know, because you know how long it took for us to do that Catalyst episode.
But we're gonna be
There for
faster.
that.
We're gonna try to be faster.
I'm not
guys.
even going to say that. I'm just saying stay tuned. Make sure to follow us at Jedi Alliance Pod.
We'll do something.
We'll figure it out, because you got to get through a couple books. And you got to get through a couple books.
Heck
But
yeah.
I suggest audiobooks, especially because everybody has drives.
No,
Yes.
makes
Let's do
sense.
audiobooks. Alexis,
Ooh,
why don't you
yes.
tell us a little bit about what's happening at Celebration this year?
So the cool thing is, there was pretty much like, I love this poster. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet.
The
Celebration poster.
It combines all three eras.
It's awesome. But yeah, what? A very special tribute to the 40th anniversary of Star Wars will kick off, of course, with Celebration Orlando, which is, awesome. And I'm trying to see, because there's a lot that you can read from, but I love.
There's a lot of while you look for that. There's a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of speculation. People were speculating that maybe we were finally going to get a high definition release of the original cuts of
Yes.
the movies.
Yes.
Pablo Hidalgo came, and one of the things that I dislike about the internet age is there's so many websites that are trying to get that click.
Yeah.
They are baiting us to get that click, and almost went for a not family friendly joke, but people who are going, it's happening.
Yeah.
So it's finally time. It's like you nobody has any confirmation. You're not checking your sources.
Yeah.
To it, because Pablo Hidalgo came right out and was like, no.
No, that's not happening. We maybe might get a Blu-ray, because we don't have a Blu-ray of the original trilogy. The of course the new.
We have
the
a special
updated.
edition.
We have a special edition of Blu-ray.
Yes.
Man, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
They released-
I'll have to.
They released
pick
all
that up.
6 as a
Oh,
as a
yeah,
pack.
you're right.
And you could have either gotten all 6, or you could have gotten the first 3 or the prequels.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you're right. So they did have. So I guess in this case, it's not looking good. I think you guys have already gotten what you're going to get out of that. But I do think, since it's a big thing for the celebration coming up, I do think there's some goodies that we don't know about yet.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like they're trying to keep a lot of things hidden so they can look what we have. But at least for now, because it's the 40th anniversary, they're kicking off Celebration by having this awesome panel when you get to Orlando, of course. That's going to be hosted by Warwick Davis. It will feature the Lucasfilm president, Kathleen Kennedy, and discussions with some of the saga's brightest stars. They have not listed who those stars are going to be, but it's going to be highlighting the impact of the galaxy far, far away and the fandom that has propelled it in the last 4 decades. This marquee celebration event will undoubtedly include many not to be missed surprises. Fans will definitely want to mark their calendars for Thursday, April 13th, for the Star Wars 40th anniversary panel. So this is not like that it's just starting Celebration, then you can just do other stuff. Like, this is just a panel that's starting on this time, and then you can obviously do other things at this point in time, but there is a separate ticket for this panel.
Really?
There's
Yes. Yes.
Yo, all right, Disney.
'Cause
Let me
obviously-
talk to you real quick.
Because we already know that it's those three days.
3 days.
Yeah.
3 days.
Yeah, April.
4. Is
Thursday.
it 4 days?
Yeah.
Thursday through Sunday.
Yeah, so like that. But I believe it says buy tickets for the panel.
Yeah.
That's what it says on Star Wars. Like, I'm reading that. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm just like, I feel like it's just for that. But I'm going to click on buy tickets and see what comes up. But for right now, every time I click on an article for it, it says, like, here are the pre-show tickets for this, and here's the panel tickets for this, and, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
so-
So that's where that money thing comes from.
Yeah.
But I don't quote me on it just yet while I do more research.
Yeah, it's like.
But
Yeah,
I also...
we might as well go on and queue it up. Let's.
I'm just gonna have it as a cue on our soundboard.
Yeah, it's
so that
like,
we can have it.
It's like we might as well just go on and queue it
Yes.
up, because it's always, man, really, Disney.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do more research on it because I could be wrong. But for right now, as I'm looking it up, it doesn't say anything else about it. But there is obviously different types of tickets that you can buy. So
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. You got Dub D, holding it down. You got K2 in there. Oh, I'm just renaming Kathleen Kennedy.
Oh no,
and
it's Super
Warwick
Street.
Davis.
I'm in it.
So I'm just putting that together. Got
Dub D. Okay, sure, we'll go.
Dub D can work. Dub D.
Okay.
All right, so
VIP tickets are sold out.
I'm still
VIP,
kind of.
VIP, well, that's the thing is VIP is for the like the whole event.
Yeah. Well, like that's what I was saying. At least for the 4-day for pre-show and on-site, like for adult tickets, 4-day completely sold out
Yeah.
right now. Insane.
Wow.
Obviously,
then-
child tickets are still open. But as of right now, there is nothing that is saying that these are supposed to be separate tickets. So I think it's just included. So I think
I
we're
would
good
hope
there.
so.
So pretty
Yeah.
much. So what you're saying is I could buy like 2 child tickets. And I could just go and be like,
Sure.
well, I'm an adult, man.
Sure.
Put these 2 together. I'm an adult, man.
I don't know. I don't know. If that works.
I don't
Well,
think
no,
I
that's
would like.
do that.
Well, no, like
I hate to do
what she means the 4-day set.
Yeah.
There's
Yes.
you can still buy single days.
Yeah, so
But
if
the
you wanna-
4-day set is
Yes,
gone.
it's completely gone.
Yeah, I made sure to buy mine as soon as possible.
Really smart, because literally, like, I'm looking at it right now, and that's the only thing that's sold out. Obviously, you could still buy the single days, but everything else is gone. And obviously, if you're a child, those are completely open.
So if you're a child, get out your credit card, head over to StarWarsCelebration.com, buy yourself some tickets
Yeah. And then go in and get your airline tickets.
Oh God.
with that same credit card.
Just walk, with same credit card. Just walk on, have your little briefcase, walk on to the airport.
Yeah,
and,
just be
you
like,
know,
I'm ready to go.
I got this. You know,
You could
go
be like
through.
that was it? Is there a Kevin Spacey movie or an Alec Baldwin movie? It's like Babies or something. It's
Alec
like an adult
Baldwin.
baby. Yeah.
It's coming
Boss
out.
Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like that.
One of the that's not. Don't worry, DreamWorks cast. That's not tonight. DreamWorks movie news. That's not a thing on
That's
this
not
network.
a thing on this network. But anyway,
yeah, so
I'm
I-
excited to see what that panel, how that's going to turn out.
And I'm sure everybody who makes it into that panel will probably get a copy of that poster. I need to buy a poster too.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you going to do that?
I need to get a poster
we
too.
need-
Yeah. You're going to have to
Yo,
get us some
Disney.
stuff while you're over there,
Oh, sure.
Mark.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm still pushing Disney. Look, give us some tickets. Look, give us some
Yeah,
tickets.
if we looked into their podcast streaming stuff, and if it wasn't as difficult to have our setup that we have here there, then we would be looking into it a little
Heck
bit
yeah,
more
of
seriously.
course.
But next time they're in Anaheim,
Yes.
maybe it'll be a little bit more viable.
Yeah.
Uh,
But still, Disney, holla at us.
But
yeah.
the thing that we're going to end with tonight, Michael, you brought up a very interesting point about our wonderful friends on Kamino.
It just it kind of got to me when I was just thinking about the prequels, the prequel era, and I was watching season 6 again, and on Kamino we find the Caminoans have been making these clones, and back in episode 2 they see that they've been making them for Sifo Dyas, and kind of like through his detective work, Obi-Wan just happens upon them. That's where we have the battle between him and Jango Fett. So we see kind of some shadiness there, and then we see some shadiness throughout the series of Clone Wars. And then in season 6 you see a lot of the shadiness when it comes to that last storyline that is heavily involved with the Kaminoans, with the I guess the implants for the clones.
Yeah.
And my question was, why didn't or how couldn't the Jedi realize that the Kaminoans were not on the up and up? Why didn't they open like a deeper investigation? Like, because they investigated different things during the Clone Wars. They investigated, there were 2 murders. One had that kind of like funny detective guy on one of those episodes that was kind of like an old school Sherlock Holmesian kind of guy.
Yeah.
And then they investigated the crime that happened at the temple that led to Ahsoka Tano leaving the Jedi Alliance.
Jedi Order.
The Jedi
Jedi
Order.
Alliance?
Shout out to
She's still
Ashley.
down with us. What's up, Rosario Dawson? Stop on by.
Yeah, not Ashley, just Rosario.
Well, yeah, Ashley too. Come through. Come through. But it's very, very cool to see this relationship, but it also makes me wonder why they never opened up an investigation against them. Why they never... It doesn't seem like they questioned them enough for
And
me,
they
especially
kept-
being Jedi.
And they kept getting more clones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Presumably. There was never like this is our last batch, you gotta be careful with them. It was just like, oh no.
Be careful with
We'll
them.
keep making you clones. Yeah, that's fine. Well, I mean, it was sort of a thing where I imagine it, you're at a bar, there's some guy with death sticks next to you, but somebody keeps buying you drinks. And you're like, whatever, man, cool. It's like, hey, thank you, whatever. And you just keep buying drinks. You ain't paying for them. You're trying to get what you need.
You're getting that free ride.
Captain Death Stick's next to you, just trying to wave that off as much as he can. But and you just let it happen because you're like, you know what, this works for me. I need this right now.
Yeah,
and they needed an army.
They did.
And so far, we didn't hear anything about payment. Like, it wasn't Yoda's credit card down on the dotted line.
It seemed
hope
like
not.
It's not like a monthly Netflix fee or anything.
In my opinion, it seemed like something that I guess the Republic as a whole was paying for, but nobody really even talked about how they were getting paid.
Like taxes?
Yeah,
Because you
I
had
thought
the
it was like
banking
maybe it was a tax thing. That
you know,
maybe they
you had
get.
the banking clan that
Yeah.
was mad dirty. And so
True.
it's very interesting that they never approached them about the things they were doing. They had interactions where it was like, you know, I don't like how you're doing this. I don't like how you're doing this kind of thing. But they never said, look, no, we need to sit down and go over your finances or something. Where are you getting this money from, or where are you getting?
No one's doing the books. No one's doing the books.
Yeah, there wasn't the galactic IRS to come in and like check out like their past like 10 years of taxes.
I would love to see what that looks like going down. Let's go down to accounting. Let's
It's
see
like, all right,
what they say.
Let's go down and see what's going
Who's
on.
been spending this much money on
Because
Pluto?
where did you get all these clones? Where did you get this technology?
Are you
And
trading them? Like,
where's
what's
this Sifo Dyas that I guess they were under the the impression that was still alive, but then I guess later on they showed that they're only contacting Lord Tyrannus, aka your boy Count Dooku. So
It's your boy.
it's your boy
Count
Dooku.
It's your boy, Sheev. That's not Tyrannus. But
Ryan in the chat said, "Why would the Jedi have to pay for them? The Senate and Palpatine would be paying for them."
that's what you said. The Republic would be paying for them, but the Jedi is using them.
The Jedi feel like they should have called them into question. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Jedi.
you let that slip. You let the Jedi slip.
Yeah, sorry.
Let the Jedi slip.
Do not worry about the Jedi because we're talking about the Jedi,
Perfect.
and they should have called them into question.
No, it's like an offshoot. They
my
have
God.
like have you ever seen like the off-brand lightsabers?
Yeah.
It's like that, but they're the
my
A much
Jedi.
smaller group.
Yeah, it's the JEDDI
Double DI.
or the
Jedi.
JEDE.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're the Jedi. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
we'll protect you.
yeah, we're the galaxy defenders.
They don't wear cloaks. They just wear like
Stop it.
They don't wear cloaks. They just wear like robes.
No, it's
But
like,
it's
no,
like
they're
a
not like.
bathrobe.
Yeah, I was
It's
gonna say it was like one of those bathrobes, or maybe one of those
got
like you know those towels that are like capes that like
their name in cursive on it.
snaps.
It was white, but it's naturally
Ew.
become brown. Just because they've been waiting
Where
for a
did they
job.
lay? Oh my god.
Just been waiting.
It's the sand. It gets everywhere.
Oh god. Oh my god.
It gets everywhere.
It's no, but it's not even like a full bathrobe. It's one of those like the ones that stop at like your thigh, like bathrobes.
But they still got the belt inside of it. Though. They got the belt in the loop.
And it's not even a terry cloth loop. It's like a belt. It's like an actual belt
Oh my god.
It got a little buckle.
with like a Star Trek
Oh,
Federation
some-
logo on it.
Slip 41 third in the chat said lightsaber as LITE saber.
Yeah.
Like light.
Highlight
You can
saber.
just swip it and swap it. And
Swip
like,
it.
saber light.
Let's swip the Jedi. But no, but it makes sense that the Republic would be paying for it. But why?
Snuggies.
I would like. Okay.
Yeah.
Not going into
time.
that. Stop tangents. That's for me, not for y'all. I love it, every bit of it. If you could just follow my lead, it'd be great. But I can't imagine. I can't imagine that there wasn't some sort of civil unrest from all of this, because if the government had to pay for it, where did that fall in the budget? Did that come from space taxes? Like, was it Space Obama? What happened? Like,
Thanks,
thanks, Space Obama.
Space Obama.
But legitimately, I would have been interested if that side of the unrest, if we got to see that side of unrest before the Empire became a thing, where people went, no, the Republic stinks too. They're not great. They're taxing us for this army for a war that we don't want to be a part of, and they're fighting on our planet, and they're making us pick a side. This is terrible. Who wants to be a part of this?
Yeah, because it definitely, just the way just the way they, you know, like you said, they rolled with it. I can understand rolling with it in episode 2 because it was kind of like, okay, so these are ours, so no one came to pick them up, so and they're already trained and full grown. Okay, but in episode 3, you know,
Okay.
it's like, okay, I guess, you know, because we do have all these droids, even though I do think a squad of maybe like 20, yeah, that's right, squad up, Jedi.
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
for
if you get like 10 to 20 Jedi, I'm sure they're worth like 1,000 battle droids. Like they could have easily just like Pepsi canned all of those guys and just crunched. They could have just crushed them and be like, hey, battle droids, how's it going? All right, let's go.
Or just throwing the lightsaber like the boomerang style that they did.
Oh yeah.
Like we didn't have any clones in episode 1. We did have the Gungans, and they did what they do. But at the time, what they defeated the
they did.
the battle droids.
Especially with the super luck of one of the Jedi.
One of the Jedi.
Yeah, one of the Jedi. He's the leader of the Jedi.
Jedi, yeah. Jar Jar Binks, leader of the Jedi. But
Oh my.
but I mean, like at the beginning of the movie when they're trying to break their way back into the Naboo capital, like it's just they're cutting through them like they're butter, and it's not a worry. Like sure, they brought out more of them, but it didn't seem like it was enough to be overrun.
And they weren't made too well.
The battle droids, no,
Yeah, they were,
shields.
They were definitely
Expendable.
they were a dime a dozen. Like they got them from the galactic big lots of
like they had somebody make the droidicas and the super battle droids, which also
all the sweet stuff, and then they were like,
we need some fodder.
We got some aluminum left. Let's make some. Let's make some.
But the
more
one
battle droids.
thing that I didn't get design wise about, and now we're going in
whole
all
different
sorts
thing.
of places, and that's one of the things I like about the show is we can go off on those tangents
yeah.
sometimes, as long as it's still related.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, but this one of my things that I disliked the most about the design of the super battle droids is the fact that it's just arm up cannon.
Yeah.
And like give them a shield for this one so they can like fire through it.
They
and
can,
then
only pick, they can only pick one. They can't have both.
they can't have both.
It's
They
too
can't
much
have
money.
both.
Too
It's
much money.
That's a lot of parts.
Do we want a shield or do we want a gun? A gun,
Gun.
obviously.
Why would you want a
Idiot.
He can
shield?
duck behind a battle droid.
Put him behind a droidica.
Yeah.
By the Jedi. I don't know.
But yeah, because then you had like the super battle droids, you had the droidicas, you had those like kind of like ninja droids that they had.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they had all kinds of cool stuff, but then they had like the battle droids. This is like the version 1 that they just made a lot of. It didn't really stick, but they were like, yo, we got like 1 million of these.
Yeah,
so
you want these?
yeah, we
wanna
bought
use
them. We bought them, so I guess we might as well use them.
It's like when your like dad buys like one thing because he knew it was a deal, and so he has like a giant bulk of something. And you're
Yeah.
like, what are we ever gonna use these ping pongs for? I bought them. We're using
I
them.
bought
gonna-
them.
We'll
We're
find
gonna use
they'll
them.
find their spot.
They'll find their
Yeah.
spot.
Or it's one of those things where it's like, hey, my cousin's got you guys looking for droids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cousin's got a hookup. We
Yeah.
got a hookup for him.
Got
It's
a
like
droid guy.
sure,
Got
sure,
all
sure,
these
sure.
droids fell right off the back of a ship. You don't have to worry about anything.
They're still good. I mean, there's a couple of them that they just say Roger.
It's like
Roger,
this one's
but
missing a hand. It doesn't
It
need a
doesn't
hand.
need a hand.
all
was
it needs
built
is
that way.
It just needs one for a blaster.
See, this one is hand free because it just jabs the guy.
Yeah.
Just jabs him.
Can you imagine? You just see one just like.
But that just reminds me of Mr. Bones. But have you even gotten to Mr. Bones yet? From
the
Aftermath.
series?
From Aftermath.
Oh no. Aftermath? Well,
Dude,
no,
Mr.
I might have because I think I got.
Mr. Bones
3 hours in?
is terrifying. Mr. Bones is,
Oh,
yeah. the repurposed battle droid with like
I got to the first scene with
bones
him.
and
yeah.
like carcass and
I've seen
it's like a
art of him.
Deadpool.
And the way he talks is really creepy
frightening.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you didn't think like with type you could make it super creepy, but you can.
I feel
Not
like
bad,
it's
not
creepier
bad.
that way
Yeah.
sometimes.
But it seemed like there would be some more civil unrest if the people had to pay for these.
Yeah.
The budget isn't that big.
Especially when they came out of nowhere. So
It was just like,
know.
hey Yoda, we've got all these clones here, and he's like, oh, a line for this I have, and begun the Clone War has.
yeah.
That's the whole reason is he just wanted to look really cool.
So
He wanted to be the guy that saved the day.
Friggins in the chat said episode 9, Revenge of the Gungan Street Performer.
Jar Jar.
I'm just running through stuff that I was missing. Galactic Big Lot sounds great. That's from Justin Toner. Ryan said the destroyer droids gave the Jedi a lot of problems, as we saw. Gregory said confusion and chaos kept the Jedi busy. Slim 41 Third said Jar Jar the Redeemed. And he also said Cap would disagree, Mark. I'm not quite sure.
I know. I saw that too, and I don't know exactly what that refers to, but
because there's a delay in our thing. But
So I guess like because Yoda did reference, I think twice during the prequels, that everything was so clouded and everything. So maybe of course the Emperor was kind of like, I don't know, maybe like using the Force to shield them from the Kaminoans, or that whole situation from to be beyond reproach, maybe, or because they even had was it Shak Ti with them, or was it Shak Ti? I think it was Shak Ti that was actually with them in season 6, or is it not Shak Ti?
No, I'm just trying to remember.
I want to say it was Shak Ti. In the chat, they'll be like, no, it wasn't. It was someone else. But I think it was Shak Ti that was actually on Kamino, on their base, with them day in and day out. And you could see that she and the main, I guess, Kaminoan lady did not get along. But we never saw her kind of call them into question at all. And they definitely seem sleazy. So it was just weird. It was just something that's been on my mind.
No,
I wonder why.
I completely agree with you, because even when we got introduced to them in the movies, I was just kind of like, anybody? I feel like it's a giant red flag, and these guys are just kind of...
And that's another thing about them, is it's not like, hey, we got that stuff you ordered. Who's the person that you got this from? Oh, this guy. He's not been around. Like, both sides are like, this person isn't if the person that ordered them wasn't the person that picked it up, or like you don't have like his ID or like a note from him saying, hey, I'm dead, or whatever you would write,
hey, I'm dead now.
something like that. Like, I wouldn't provide the product.
She was like, okay, well, I guess that makes sense. Here, you just take them.
No, I think it's more like, these clones are eating us out of house and home. They've been paid for. Just get rid of them.
We need more room for other paying customer stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
But and then the whole battle on Kamino with Jango Fett, and not once was Obi-Wan like, okay, there's something dirty going on here, guys. I don't know what it is, but we need to shut this down until we figure out what's going on.
No, we're gonna let them continue.
It's like, well, we need to fight, so let's just go and keep these guys for now.
You never know.
Save
them for a rainy day.
Sluice.
No,
talk about sleazy. At the same time. It wasn't me.
Alexis got me.
Yay!
That was really
You
good.
know how much I hate that, but I
really
did it.
good.
I couldn't help it.
Solid. But why didn't they send anybody out during that battle? There is a very loud laser rocket space sword battle happening on your newly uncharred docking bay.
Yeah.
What?
Uncharred.
You know what? Hey, let's send out some of these soldiers to just take care of the problem.
Which, if I was Obi-Wan, would be like, so were you wondering? Were you waiting to see who won to pick sides? Like, I'd be like, I don't know. We need.
Can you imagine if they're just sitting there watching from the window, just like, I wonder who's that?
Because that's how they act. They walk like they're above it all. They're very like look down their nose at you, and they're super tall anyway, so they can do it.
It's insane.
And then they're like looking out the window, like, if the Jedi dies, we'll dump him in the water. Like, nobody will know. Peasant.
Let us know what you think about this whole Kamino situation down below. Also, check out our watch along that we did for episode 2 with Joseph Scrimshaw and John Roca. It was a lot of fun, and we talk pretty reasonably about the Kaminoans in that as well. This is fun.
Yeah,
solid show today.
Solid.
Yeah,
we're always solid. There's some times when, but we're a great show.
We're a great show regardless. Do we have any? Because we got that confidence. Do we have any iTunes stuff? Any 5 stars?
I actually had it up. Let me bring it up.
So while she's bringing that up, I just want to remind everybody that we are on iTunes. If you're watching us on YouTube, we're on iTunes. Just look for Jedi Alliance. Excuse me. Leave us a rating. 5 stars if you like us. 4 if you don't. Remember, the other stars do not work. And if you're listening to us on iTunes, make sure to visit the Popcorn Talk on YouTube to check out all of the rest of our shows. We've got stuff like Action Movie Anatomy. We've got stuff like Disney Movie News, Marvel Movie News, DC Movie News, Meet the Movie Press, which has all of the breaking stories, sometimes of the day, but of the week, every Friday. The Great Unproduced Script Read just started up on here. And another one of the shows that I'm involved with, Video Game Movie Anatomy. I'm one of the hosts on that show as well, where we take a look at your favorite films from the world of interactive media. We just did not Resident Evil. We just did Red Faction Origins, which you should probably just go watch that review. And tomorrow, we're going to be covering Animal Crossing, which is, without a doubt, the most adorable movie that I have seen in recent memory. Alexis. So make sure to check us out on Popcorn Talk Network. Follow us on Twitter at the Popcorn Talk. Alexis, do we have anything from iTunes?
The last thing that I have that's 5 stars. The other one doesn't seem like it loaded all the way, so I can't read it.
Okay.
But the last one, I believe I read it out, but I want to read it again just in case. The prequels, 5 stars by Anakin J.K. Gatsby. Hi, I have a question. As Star Wars, do you like the prequels? If you do or don't, why? I get so much crap because I love them just as much as the originals, so I just wanted to understand why does no one like the prequels. Also, I love Star Wars and I love you guys. It's all incredible.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anakin J.K. Gatsby.
Thank you, Anakin. Now, we're not going to take the high ground on this one. We're going to answer your question. That was episode 3. But here at Jedi Alliance, we love all aspects of Star Wars because we understand that everybody has certain things that they love, and we don't want to be restrictive in that. Are there certain things of the prequels that we don't agree with? Sure, but there are certain things of the original trilogy that we don't agree with. I don't agree with some stuff in Rogue One. I don't like some of the stuff in Force Awakens. But that's one of the great things about this art form is it can be eternally discussed. Episode 120.
And we just finished talking about the Clone Wars era,
pretty
for the
much.
last, I don't know,
solid 20 minutes.
And those sleazy Kaminoans.
I love that's just gonna be their thing now. Just having like a shirt that says those sleazy
Kaminoans.
Don't trust them.
So personally, I don't have a problem with the prequels. Watching the watch-alongs, as I just mentioned, the episode 2 one, watching those with Joseph Scrimshaw, who did an episode for us defending the prequels, which is a wonderful episode that you should go back and listen to as well. He talks with Ken Knapsack. Right now they're on Force Center. All of that, let's just keep spreading the Star Wars love. But watching them with him made me change my entire outlook. The addition of the Clone Wars series and some of the novelizations help pad out, it's not the content of the story that people have an issue with. It's other things. It may be something from production. It may be something from performance. It may be something from this, from that. But personally, I don't.
The era is dope.
Yeah, the era is great.
I agree.
Yeah, especially the series, man. The series is just the series is top choice, if you would, from me. I love the series.
A1.
Hit me up with that.
Hit me with that A1.
But what about you, Alexis?
I live in a family that's nay on the prequels. I mean, the funny thing is we usually watch all of Star Wars during the holidays, but my parents always try to skip the prequels as much as they can. But I feel like I'm with Mark on that, where I love watching them because they bring back memories for me. Obviously, there's a lot of things about the prequels I do not like, but I rewatched episode 3 with Mark and Scrimshaw for one of the watch-alongs for Popcorn Talk, and I was crying, I was laughing. There was a lot that was going on when I was watching it, and it still brought that back for me. So when I have kids, I'm still going to show them episode 1 all the way through because I want them, because there's glue there that's supposed to hold all of it together, and then you can form your own opinion about it after. But anytime when someone's like, I haven't seen the prequels, I'm like, watch them at your own dismay, see how you feel about it. I think that they are necessary in a point of just setting up my timeline for people, especially if you're new. And I think that that's a great way to do it.
Yeah, so thank you, Anakin. If you want to leave us a comment on YouTube, make sure, if you're watching live, because we do air this live Sundays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, wait for the stream to be over so that you can comment down below. That way they will stay. If you're watching us after the fact, hello! Leave us a comment down below, a thumbs up if you like us, and a thumbs up if you don't. Tell your friends, because we love doing this show, and we're going to continue to do it every week. whether you like it or not. Because dang it, we're the rebels. Nailed it. So leave us a comment there. Leave us a comment on iTunes. But until next week, Alexis, where can the folks find you? And is there anything else that you're working on that you would like to promote?
Oh man, there's so much going on. You guys can find me all over social media at atorres890. Sadly, I will not be with you, these lovely gentlemen, next week because I will be in Vegas for Klexicon, which is their first time, and it's an LGBTQ con. If you want to check it out, look up klexicon.com. But if you're in Vegas, come hang out with me. I'll be there all weekend. But at the same time, I'm on our sister network, AfterBuzz TV. I'm doing Lethal Weapon, our finales in 2 weeks. We have Into the Badlands starting next month, March 13th. Sense8 starts in May. I'm actually having my own podcast that might be coming up soon.
Ooh.
That will be talking about movies and other things.
Yeah.
So we will talk about that
Yes.
further on.
Aggressive
But
clapping.
yes, definitely check me out there. And obviously, Mark and I have done a bunch of shows. We have the Voltron season finale this coming week.
Voltron.
Voltron?
Hey, Michael, how about you? You got a lot.
You
You got a lot.
can find me on Twitter, Instagram at OneYoungster, which is ONEYOUNGSTA. Also, if you love a whole bunch of nerd stuff, you can find me by searching NerdSoul on YouTube. That's one word, NERDSOUL. And you can find me on AfterBuzz checking out that Sleepy Hollow.
Hey.
Oh yeah, Ichabod holding it down with the witnesses. And of course, here every Sunday with these wonderful people talking about this wonderful galaxy of Star Wars. Sir, if I could follow how you gave it to her, I would like to go in and say, Mark, take us out.
Thank you. You can find me on Twitter at Mark B. Donica. I host the shows here that I previously mentioned, Video Game Movie Anatomy. Love doing Jedi Alliance. Absolutely adore it. And if there's new stuff down the pipeline, we know you'll be the first to find out if you follow us at The Popcorn Talk on Twitter. Then for AfterBuzz TV, we've got our Star Wars Rebels after show, which is actually happening about now. That Rebels, though. And countless we've AfterBuzz TV, go check it all out. I usually host the wrestling stuff for them. I've been getting into animation like Alexis said. And working on some other fun stuff for all y'all. But for any of that stuff, make sure to follow me at Mark B. Donica. Follow all of us here at Jedi Alliance Pod. Follow the network at The Popcorn Talk, and leave us a comment and a rating down below. Thank you for listening, because many Bothans died to give us this information. Happy trails.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.